The Nikon Coolpix P7700 is a somewhat large but comfortably designed camera that delivers a reasonable amount of shooting flexibility for photographers who are looking for a lot of controls and better than point-and-shoot photo quality. The body has a real grip, which makes it nice for one-handed shooting, and there's tons of direct access buttons and controls for quick operation. Those include 3 slots on the mode dial for custom settings and a couple of programmable function buttons. While it offers a lot of straight shooting features, there aren't a lot of other capabilities. Not just GPS or Wi-Fi, but there's only a few creative effects, and I'm not really crazy about the ones it offers. For example, there's a really interesting sounding zoom exposure mode, which produces the effect of zooming the lens towards the subject. But it really only works in dim light. Some of the dials tend to be a little easy to move too, and some of the buttons are less responsive than I'd like. For instance, I would occasionally press the shutter and think I'd gotten the shot, only to discover, nope. You can't change the volume of the shutter noise either, so the only way to confirm that you actually got the shot is to keep that loud, intrusive sound enabled. Nikon's also a bit behind the times with its video controls. There's no record button, and though you can control aperture and shutter speed, you can't zoom while you're shooting. And even though the camera still has its articulated LCD, which Canon dropped from the G15, Nikon jettisoned the optical viewfinder. And it really should have a built-in lens cover by now. I found the performance a little sluggish, at least when shooting anything involving RAW. Processing the images seems to add a lot of overhead that delays your ability to change settings, review photos, or quickly take another shot. And focusing in low light's also just a little bit slow. Photo quality in good light and at low ISO sensitivities is quite good. Shots look sharp and colors are pretty accurate. Like many of these mid-range cameras, however, once you bump up to about ISO 400, edges get mushy and defocused background gets dithery. Shooting RAW improves your ability to deal with some of the blown-out highlights and desaturation in mid-range to high ISO shots, but the data is just too noisy to really improve on the low light quality. Still, it does deliver better photos than you get with a typical point-and-shoot. This is a fine camera that lots of people will like, as long as you don't get too into the pixel peeping or action shooting. I'm Lori Grunin, and this is the Nikon Coolpix P7700.